Hello everyone, this is Deniz Beser, founder and the director of Fanzineist Vienna Art Book and Zine Fair. I would like to welcome you to live talk. In this evening, Lök Zine will be guest publishing collective for this talk, and now I would like to give a small introduction about them. Elisa, Caroli, and Lucia Manfredi, the founders of Lök Zine, will present the project that this year turns 10 years old. So Lök Zine is a magazine that develops different themes with comics and illustration, and at the same time it's a publisher that produces fanzines, prints and books. All the products are bilingual, and Lök Zine is based in Italy and France, but they attend events all over Europe, and the authors that take part in the project come from all over the world. So actually Lök Zine was born as a comics and illustration magazine, and they grew up to become an independent publisher. So the magazine is still up and running, but they also print monographs and anthologies, always linked to their main field of interest, such as comics and illustration. Everything is promoted through collaboration with other publications, exhibitions and events. And now I'm gonna invite Lök Zine members Elisa and Lucia to our live talk. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. It's a bit hot here, so I'm going to melt during the live, but I'm fine. Thank you.
I can imagine. So I'm gonna invite right now Elisa.
Hey.
Hello,
Hi.
Elisa. Welcome.
Yeah. Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. It's still hot here. I'm in Italy right now, not in France. So I'm in my seaside mood. Sorry.
That's great. If you want, we can just start our talk with your introduction. Maybe you can just tell the story of Lök Zine and how did you meet? How did you be friends? I think this kind of successful projects are just starting with good friendship. So I guess you are good friends. So that's why Lök Zine are just keep going on very well.
You pretty much already said everything about what we are and what we do. Started out as a magazine, as you said. The magazine is still going on. The magazine is our way to reach out and meet new authors, because we do an open call for every magazine with a different team, so that every author can join from all over the world. As you said, the project is always in Italian and English. So we decided to do this so that more people could understand what we do and to reach more people with what we create. And over the years, we met so many interesting creative people that we had felt the need to add more projects to the magazine. So we started to print the monographs and the anthologies. The latest anthology we published is Veicoli Fantastici, which is fantastic vehicles. That started out from another collaboration we did with Stephen M. Johnson, that is a crazy inventor that is full of ideas, but he never actually makes the things that he invents. And his invention are about anything in life, but he had a whole section about vehicles. So we decided to create this anthology about sustainable mobility. And thanks to a prize we won in a festival in Italy, we managed to actually print it on sustainable paper that is not just made from recycled paper, but from organic waste too. So it's interesting both physically, because the paper is really nice, but also the theme is really interesting. And yeah, we get along pretty well. Maybe Elisa can tell you about how we started and how we managed to go on over the years.
As you said, like friendship make this kind of adventure start. So, and we were more than that, because we were living all together. My English is like now I'm in Italy, so
No problem.
Yeah, no, we were living all together in Bologna. It was the first year of university, and actually this year they didn't renovate the contract to our teachers, so we started school in November, and we said, what can we do? Like, let's do a fanzine. And so, like, I remind we were in this apartment, like student apartment, during the night, drinking beer and create a name, decide for a name, and okay, we have different style. What can we do? Like a magazine, perfect, because like you can mix everything inside. And like that started the first, the numero zero of Lök Zine in 2011. And the theme was, we really love the metalinguistic theme. So like for this one, as we didn't have money to print in color, with color, we decided the theme of all the comics and the illustration must be black and white, in black and white, obviously. So, and then we keep on going. The group at the beginning we were a lot. Sorry, we were a lot. We were 22, like because we are friends and like we were young and full of energy. But then going on, like life happened, and we are two, but and all the other authors just collaborate. We organize. We did the dirty work, and all the other people enjoy with their heart. And then we made a crowdfunding in 2018.
I don't remember.
16. I don't know. Times.
No,
2016 or 18?
Oh, it was for number 10, so it must have been like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah, probably. And
So let's say 2018.
Okay, yeah.
I think 2018.
More or less. And then we decide like to make the double of the pages. So we choose as a theme the dimension, because we changed the dimension. And now like we keep going with this size of the magazine. It's annual and it's full color. So like illustration comics is really good in black and white, because but illustration need a little bit more, I think. But there are amazing illustration in black and white, but as an illustrator, I need colors. So there's what we did. And it's really interesting because in this year in Bologna, and actually in different cities in Italy, there was born a lot of other independent projects. And now we are like trying to organize like some exhibition and to collaborate with the other realities with like as we can, because this period is quite complicated to organize event, but like to say like we are still here, and like I don't know, like it was yesterday that we started that. So and there is still actually we saw in all these years that there is a sort of attention, like an audience that look for independent stuff, and like a lot of magazine, blog, and people that talk about that. So like we are not just enjoying our creativity, our necessity to organize stuff, but there is also a lot of people that know what we are doing, and there is a dialogue. And we saw it growing up in the ages, and this beautiful.
Yeah, it's really great that you create this kind of platform to share with your friends, the audience. It's gonna be an illustration and comics platform to meet and to share your works. Yeah, it's pretty cool. By the way, recently you just shared an open call for your next issue.
Yes.
And I guess a couple of weeks ago it's just over.
Yeah.
So you are still working on that next issue, I guess.
Yeah, we are working on that actually, and yeah, we finished. We stopped the open call the 26th of July, and yeah, now we're trying to have a little bit of holiday, but we're working on it. We receive about 90, around 90 participation. Now we have to, as I am in Italy, we're gonna meet each other finally, because it's quite complicated. Europe is a country, but like in this period, it's really complicated to travel. So now we will use this holiday to focus on that, and it will be out, I think, at the end of October. And for us was this theme. We made a lot of themes that we really care and love, as the last number was gender, and this was really a challenge, but we were really happy about that, because we received amazing works. And but this one, I think it's important too, because we choose to talk about movement, and in this period, like it's important to talk about the movement because it was stuck for a couple of years already, like. But we want to talk also about the political and the social movement, because as like I'm preparing a comics about feminism, because there is a lot of mess about all the movement that they are, and other authors talk about okay, physical movement, but there is always a thought behind that. So now it's in work in progress, so I don't want to tell too much, but it's developing in a really interesting way, and I think it's going to be a really good issue.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I hope next time I can catch your open call. I was so busy, so I couldn't send anything, but next time I hope I can send.
Next year, like in January, normally we are right to organize. January, February is the right moment to see what happened.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
When did you meet with zines? Do you remember the first zine that you bought? And how was that moment to meet with zines?
I actually started making a zine before actually buying a zine. I was not familiar at all with the independent publishers, self-publishing authors, because I'm from a small village. So my relationship with comics was just with the comics you could buy at the newsagent. So I started to get to know other fanzines through festivals. When we go to festivals, mainstream ones or independent ones, I always end up buying stuff from the other independent publishers, because I think they're usually more interesting, more real somehow. So I don't really remember what the first one I bought was, but it probably was from another Italian group that was born around the same time as we were.
And how about you, Elisa?
Yeah, no, actually I realized, actually I'm a big fan about the graph zine, so like the punk one, so like I think like, okay, I come from a small city too for this kind of stuff, but yeah, I think the first festival I went like in Rome or something, I just buy everything.
Crack Festival, or which one?
The Crack Festival.
I really love that one.
This
This is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, and no, but this one of the first that we take part, and we used to go there. It's quite hard because it's the entire night, and now we are getting older and whatever. But we enjoy so much. Like I remember, yeah. After that, we need like a couple of weeks of rest because it was so intense. But I love that, and yeah, I bought everything, I think. And then actually, yeah, I collect fanzines, like all the kind of fanzines, like more bad done are better is. I don't know what to say, like. And I made my thesis at the university about that. Like I compare
Oh wow.
Yeah, I compare the Italian underground fanzine with the French one because I studied 1 year there. So it's a real passion for me. And
so your thesis was in Italian, I guess,
yes,
right? It's not in English.
No.
I would like to really read that thesis because I just wonder about that type of thesis, especially about zines and underground publications.
Yeah, there is a part about history, a part of interview with all the people that were working with that, so like festival, bookshop, and producer between France and Italy.
Wow.
And the future part that actually maybe it's not really actual, but was about the crowdfunding and all the platforms that help like independent to make an audience or to make to raise funding, because the money is always a problem apparently. So well, so yeah, maybe one day, I don't know, as it was like a hard work for me, so for me it's still a trauma to open this again. But maybe one day I'll do something with that, and yeah, not in Italian maybe, but why not?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we
By the way,
can
would you like
publish
to-
it as one of the Lök Zine publications.
Why not?
Yeah, right. By the way, would you like to talk about the evolution of Lök Zine? In the beginning, you just started as a underground comics zine, and then it was just transforming into one of independent publishing platform. So maybe you want to tell something about this topic.
Well, as Elisa said at the beginning, we didn't even have an open call. We were just so many artists that we didn't need to have any more people. But even from the second number we published, we started with the open call. At the beginning, the magazine was probably more mixed because we also had fashion designers in our friend group. We also published short stories, like just prose, because we had some people with us that could judge the quality of that sort of work. But since we started, the numbers of the people that actually worked on the magazine started to become smaller. We had to focus more on the fields that we are familiar with. So now we don't publish short stories any longer because none of us would feel okay in judging when a story is good or not. Because of course, if 90 people join the open call, we can't publish 90 people because then the book would be enormous.
Well,
So yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Well, money is an issue for professional publishers too. So for independent ones is even worse. Yeah, and then I think the first 3 or 4 issues of the magazine, we didn't really publish anything else. Maybe just as very small personal projects of the people that were actively working on the magazine. But yeah, as I said earlier, we started to realize sometimes you need to have like a book done just by one author. So thankfully, we got in touch with people that were okay with us translating their works. So one of the other side projects that is a collection of 4 books at the moment. Yeah, 4, yeah. Is WWL, which is a smaller publication compared to the magazine. It's an A5 format. And each book is from a different international author we translated in Italian and published. And sometimes it has been, it's usually authors nobody ever published in Italy. And it happened with the first one we published that afterwards, a professional publisher published the book by the same guy that we published earlier. So it was like a confirmation that we have good taste. And also with the fact that the magazine has been in black and white for so long, many of the authors we worked with needed color, as Elisa said. So we started also selling prints because sometimes people that are not familiar with independent publishers are more willing to buy a nice picture than try to understand what is a magazine. Because if you're not used to what a magazine is, in Italy, comics magazines were almost dead for probably 20 years. So nobody was familiar with comics magazine any longer. So when people pick it up, maybe they like the cover, they open it, and then they don't understand why there are so many different styles in it. So it's not appealing to them. So sometimes having prints and stuff like that is something for you to show a different kind of art than the one you put in the magazine. but it's also a chance to, it's not nice to say probably, but to make more money and to get people to know you, people who wouldn't buy the whole magazine, but they would like, they would buy your a single work of yours. We also like to experiment with print. So we also did work with riso printing, which is a technique that is mechanical, but is similar to silk screen printing, more or less. We have many silk screen prints because Elisa is specializing in it and has been trying to do, has been experimenting with it for a long time. So yeah, we mainly have the magazine, WWL, then prints. This project that is Shokuji no Nkei, which was like a poster, but a folded poster about Japanese mythology. And
kitchen.
yeah, it was a mix between Japanese mythology and Japanese cuisine.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool because when we presented it, it was for a festival in Treviso, and in Treviso there's a nice Japanese restaurant that allowed us to put our prints in their restaurant and make an exhibition. And they also made some of the dishes that we described in the book. It's actually a cookbook. So one part is a cookbook and the other part is illustrations. And yeah, then we have the Veicoli Fantastici Anthology, which is the latest one. And we are already trying to persuade some of the newest artists we met through the magazine to let us publish their works and to translate their works in Italian, but we don't have anything really sure at the moment, so I won't tell you because I don't want you to be disappointed later. And yeah, we also worked on during the lockdown period. We worked on digital zines, and we made a small collection of that too.
By the way, I just wondered that in the beginning of Lök Zine, you were printing black and white, but it was photocopy printed or a riso print?
No, it was a photocopy.
After that photocopy print times, you just started to work with risography print.
No,
as I understand.
No, we used the risograph for just some side projects. We never really did a big book with riso, just small projects or personal prints or stuff like that. The magazine has been printed in black and white, photocopy black and white, up until number 10. That is the first one in color.
Yeah. In this year, you were completing your 10th anniversary. So how do you feel about that? Did you make any celebration?
Kind of. No, like actually we want to party. I don't know why. I really need a party. So I organized for April. Our birthday is in April. So April the 20th, 2020, we organized a huge party in Milan. And then COVID.
Wow.
So now there is this side of we want to make a party sometimes, but for now we just organize like a little event in Paris. It's an historical bookshop that I love that is called Un Regard Moderne, and and we make a sign of we sell the book and we present, we talk with people, and this was really like safe but nice to meet some people after all these years without festival. And then we organized a big, wasn't big, but after all of this for me was like a big job, like an exhibition in Bologna, just like a few number next to our apartment where everything was born. So like I was like so romantic, and
sounds great.
Now it's perfect. And we made this collaboration with the Inuit Bookshop, that is a bookshop, but also a print shop. They do silkscreen, a risograph. So we customized. We asked to all the some of the authors that worked with us in this year. We asked just to customize our logo, and we print it in risograph with 3 colors. The print of Invicт is amazing, so like all the art and the artwork was amazing too, huh? And so like we made it in a gallery just there, and we also organized like a video projection.
Yeah.
This, and because but some of our authors in their path, they also made like animation and video, and so like there was Davide Nicolò, and the new cover artist of Lk Zine 13, that is Massimiliano Marzucco, that he also made videos. So we like, there is also this little like who is this guy, next cover author. And it was cool. It was cool. Like a lot of people passed, and was really happy. Like we try also to make a safe happy hour safe. So for now we are happy like that. After that, we'll see if in autumn we reach to organize something also with all the other independent group that was born in the same year. So like we'll see. We will in this year we try to do the best as we can. So.
Yeah, sounds pretty cool. By the way, could you make any video documentation of some of that process? I would like to see a video about Lök Zine's 10th anniversary.
But I made there is a live actually during the exhibition. I was there like telling stuff in Italian, walking around the exhibition. So this is a kind of.
Maybe you want to talk more about your next issue, 13 issue, movement issue, and which artists collaborated with you? Would you like to share some of their names?
But actually, as now, Shirley Lorenzo Mo, that was an author that already collaborated with us at the beginning, at the real beginning, and so like we find some a moment for us again. So I saw, and it's really nice because he have a particular style, a little bit vintage, but not really contemporary, and he played really with the comics rules. So like he played with the page, the physical page as a movement. So this is gonna be interesting, and there will be another Spanish author. We didn't work a lot with Spanish author, and now we are starting knowing more and more as the author of the last cover. That is Jenny Espinosa. That is amazing, her work. And now it's going to be John Altuno, but we can tell anything about the work because for now it's we are keeping organize all the stuff, so it's a real work in progress for now.
Yeah, work in progress.
I'm sorry.
No, there's actually a comic by one of the authors we published in our lockdown collection. She created a story for us, just a 40-page comic for the lockdown collection. And then for this magazine, she will make sort of a sequel of that comic.
Yeah.
Her name is Rita Montorsi. She's another Italian artist.
Cool. Do you think to make a big anthology of Lök Zine with all of issues all together?
As now, we just organize like some part of it, and it's for free on our Gumroad. It's just we make a selection. As a magazine, it's not actually, we are not making, it's not a book we maintain, because there is also written part. We make interview as the last number. We want to like to tell something more. So we asked to a friend to write an article to talk about binary and all the different gender and orientation, like to make it more clear. And she made a great work. And so like I think that make an anthology of that make no sense. Like you make anthology about a story or something. This really, each one a creature that have to live by himself. So like we used to do that to show what we do and to reach people from all as we can. And so like we make a little spoiler, like little pieces of each magazine in this anthology that is for free on our Gumroad. But for the rest, I think we want to do it to just keep going and I don't know.
Maybe when we turn 20.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. But
What's your future projects? Is there any physical zine festival or art book fair that you will attend, or any exhibition?
We're certainly going to attend a festival in Civitanova Marche, which is
In
called Tabula Rasa Festival.
next to the sea, this is why we participate.
Yeah, it's the first festival we attend after the lockdown and so on. We can't wait to start going to festivals again. But for the moment, we don't really have an idea of other festivals we can join physically.
Florence, another one in Florence.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated because like for me to arrive in Italy or but for everyone to try, we tried, like Lucia is in Italy, so for her it's easy to go around Italy, but like to plan like festival is now, like we book for Angoulême next year, but who knows? So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the bigger the event, the harder it is for us for them to be sure that they can actually make the event. So they usually tell you can join or not really close to the date of the event. So it's really hard to understand, like the biggest festival in Italy, which is the one that, the most important one for Italy. At the moment, we don't know if we will join or not, because it's not clear if there's going to be an independent area, and we can't really afford to be part of the regular publishers part. So that's going to be really sad not to be able to attend this festival. We have these two small festivals just to get us back in the mindset of going to festivals. And then we hope next year that we will go back to normal or close to normal.
Yeah, I hope this corona will be over soon, and then we can attend to many physical events, because I also miss that kind of festivals and fairs like you. So this is what we need.
Also because I went to, like my last travel was in Vienna in October, like before everything was closed. I had friends there, so I'd love, like I said, wow, a festival in Vienna. I love Vienna, like schnitzel every day. Perfect. No.
Yeah.
I'm really waiting to come to
Right. Yeah, I hope next year we can organize physically one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Depends on this current situations.
No, yeah,
Let's see. I hope it will be better.
But you made already a great work. Like I saw the gallery. It was like keeps ages. Like for me, I don't know. This is magic for me. Maybe Lucia know how it works, but yeah.
No.
I have a small announcement for our audience. So if you have any questions to Lök Zine, to Elisa and Lucia, so you can just write your questions in this comment section. So please ask some questions to them. And also I just want to remind something about Fanzineist Vienna Art Book and Zine Fair. So we have 5 different virtual art book and zine exhibitions on fanzines.com till 26th of August. Our exhibitions are going on. So this is our last 11 days. Don't miss it. And Elisa and Lucia, so would you like to talk about Lök Zine's other projects? Maybe there are some sketch ideas on your mind. Maybe you can just share a couple of small ideas for 2000, let's say 25 or something else.
No, actually we have a really... since we published the lockdown collection just digitally, we are certainly going to print these the zines we did for this collection, because we really love printed books. You have a different emotional relationship with the printed book, in my opinion. So we are not going to keep them just digital. We really want to hold them in our hands. So that's certainly going to be the first thing we do as soon as we manage to attend more events, because right now printing doesn't really make sense, because we have a shop, an e-commerce shop online, but it's not the same. It's harder for people to reach us and for us to reach people. So we are going to wait until we can start attending festival more frequently. And then there's going, of course, to be number 14 in 2022 and so on. And then I don't know if we can talk about it, but
yeah, no, it's like all the project is just okay, we are bored, we can do that. Okay, let's do it. So like it's the concept of self-publishing is like that you are free to create. Like you have an idea, you just think a while if it's printable, you can do it if there are people. And then lockdown, it was like we were doing the Zoom happy hour as all the stuck people in the world, and we said, okay, okay, let's do fanzine. Like, yeah, we can print it. Okay, let's do like digital fanzine. Okay, well, you can do like a digital PDF. Okay, yeah. And so like, okay, our name is Lok. It's lockdown. So like the ideas come like that, and we're free, like no commercial pressure. So I think more we can go around, see stuff again, more idea gonna come.
You just create one of flexible platform for yourself. I mean, you just want to print more publications, but also sometimes you just try to spread your publication with PDF way. So how about your distribution? How do you distribute your publications? I know you sell your publications on your web shop. Also, maybe sometimes you just share that publications to some bookstores or some certain places.
But festival or just like some authors sometimes
Festival and
help us.
festival.
Yeah, some authors help us, so we send to them the magazine, and they walk around to bring in their city to some bookshop. After that is not the big deal, but the concept of this, the self-publishing, it's actually we're not earning money. We don't care, but we care about the money just to keep the project alive. But like we just survive by passion and love for fanzines. So like it's important to spread what we do, but it's not the main purpose. It's just like do what you love, and people understand that. So they really love what we do, and I think then you create a dialogue. The distribution is just another commercial stuff for people that need money. We don't care. No, we try to do our best, but like the festival is the best way, like to spread our production, because you can really talk with the people. Like you can explain, you can like they can tell you like I don't like that, and you say why? Okay, you're right. Like they make you really think also, because like artistic works are really lonely. So when you see people and they talk about your work or the work of the other people, make you know some other authors, this it's really inspiring, and it really make you evolve in your path as human, but and also in artistic way. So I think this is the most important and fascinating thing of self-publishing and fun.
Yeah, we talked about Lök Zine. Also, I wonder about your personal career. I know you work as an illustrator, and would you like to talk about your career or some personal projects and plans as an artist?
Yes, but I keep going no, I just this year I'm just working with silkscreen. So like illustration, I just do something for the magazine, because the festival impact also the editorial field, and I was working sometime for illustration for music festival and stuff, and there is less work for sure, but I do sales screen and I'm teaching too, and I'll do a workshop in the next festival here in Italy. So now I'm developing this technique, and I'm happy about that. It's a hard work, but someone has to do it.
Yeah. How about you, Lucia?
I actually don't really work in the field of comics or illustration, because after we finished school, I found a job as a graphic designer. So I'm working in a communication agency as a graphic designer at the moment. I've been working there for like 6 years now. Zine is my way to still be connected with that part of with that artistic side. I have to put aside a little, even though my work is still creative, it's a completely different thing. So I decided to take a safer route. So, but this has detached me a little from comics and drawing. So yeah, Lök Zine, I want Lök Zine to keep existing, because it gives me the chance to keep drawing and still being part of that world.
If you want, let's talk about your inspiration sources. What kind of things does it give you inspirations to create illustrations or to bring a new idea?
It's interesting. Well, as an illustrator, like, it's my work, so everything is an inspiration. Like, I need inspiration, so I go to bookshop and exhibition, but also like people in the train, how they're dressed. There is something that's inspired me. But it's interesting how we decide for the theme for Lök Zine, and this moral, like, because we know that the thing that we're gonna choose in that moment have to refer to a theme that create interest in like in 1 year, well, in less than 1 year, but like a lot of months after that, and should be open to everyone, like a different interpretation. So like we spend a lot of time about that to talk, and like the different interpretation, and also like word game that in Italian works, in French works, and not in English. And it's like, no, we have to choose. And there's really a mess. Like, Lucia always find a way to make it work, because she knows better English than me. But yeah, there's a really, really like an inspirational time, like to make your brain create something, because it's really hard to find a nice theme.
I didn't ask, but also I'm wondering the story of Lök name. How did you find this name? What's the story behind of it?
The name actually means onion in Swedish. And we came up with the idea of an onion because we were so many members of the group at the beginning, with different techniques, different views on the word. So we felt like we looked at the word through different layers, and an onion has many, many, many layers, but we didn't really like the sound of onion. Onion Zine didn't sound good, so we started looking at other languages. And since we were students living in a city, some of us were working to pay for the studies and so on, we had a really close relationship with IKEA. So Swedish was very at the forefront of our mind. And the word had only 3 letters, and the O with the 2 dots turned out as a very good logo too. So we decided to pick Swedish as a language because yeah, the word sounded better than onion or cipolla in Italiano, which sounds horrible. We probably mispronounce it too, because we don't really speak Swedish, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah, that's a great story.
Now we used to say that we was like a do-it-yourself as IKEA, like we do it by ourselves. So it really works as a name.
Yeah, that's a great story. It's good to know. I was really wondering about the story behind of Lök, so right now I know. Thank you.
We are onions.
Yeah, I just finished all of my questions. Would you like to add anything else?
I think we said everything. Like we hope to see see everyone soon all around Europe and the world for festival. I want to thank you to give us this space, and we suggest to all the people that is looking like to really go in to see Fanzine Vienna, because the website is amazing. So
thank you very much.
yes.
I'm happy to hear this from you. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
No,
Yeah,
thank you
it
for
was
having us.
It was really nice to talk with you. Also, thanks for watching us. So I hope next time we can meet in a art book fair or zine festival or Fanzineist Vienna. So without Corona times,
Yes.
yeah.
Also with the
My
mask it's fine,
biggest
but
wish.
just like go somewhere.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yes.
So thank you very much. It
Thank
was
you.
really nice to talk with you.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.